Good morning, everybody. I thought you might like to join me for a little bit more ironing and a few more musing thoughts from a Gen Xer. Come along, let's have an adventure together. At the ironing board, where Mom hangs out. Yeah, gonna get her up. Just give her a chance. You see that blinking light? That means it's getting up to temperature. These machines are fabulous. They're called tanks, or, you know, irons, if you like. It's got an attached water tank to it. It's a steam generator. That's the word I'm looking for. Having a senior moment there, couldn't remember. I call it the tank because, well, basically, that's what it is. You may see Monty charging in from time to time because that's what he does. He's got two buttons today, fast and warp speed. Yes, I need to have a word with Mr. Sulu and say, no, Monty doesn't need any more warp speed today. He's going fast enough. Thank you very much. So far, he has charged up and down the house several times and has disappeared off underneath the bed to find Fish Mouse. You may know the story of Fish Mouse, but if you don't, when we rescued Monty earlier this year, in April, and we actually met him a week after we lost Orca. He was found wandering the streets of Leeds. He was very young, he was 8 weeks old, or they seem to think he was 8 weeks old at that point. It corresponds with what the vet told them. He was covered in fleas. He had no mummy, no family. He was half starved. He'd been eating absolute garbage. And he hadn't had a proper meal in a very, very long time. And he was almost dead. And the passerby saw him and rescued him and took him to the RSPCA. And they, with the care of the vet, managed to save little Monty. Because, he's a little sentient being and he has a little soul and he needs taking care of and loving. So he was rescued by them. And it took them from 8 weeks to him being 15 weeks old before he was well enough for somebody to adopt him. And well, we had literally just lost Orca to the most aggressive cancer I have ever seen in my life. And I was absolutely heartbroken. I mean, the entire family, besides ourselves, we've just lost our buddy, Arthur Charles Emerson Winchester III. If you're a MASH fan, you'll understand that Charles Emerson Winchester was one of the doctors who lived in swamp with Hawkeye and BJ Honeycomb. Big fans of MASH in this house, we really are. And anyway, at 15 weeks, we met Monty and we absolutely fell in love. In fact, we met him at 14 weeks, but on week 15, we got the news that we'd been approved as his adopted parents, and we were in Paris at the time by the Sacre-Cœur, having a coffee when the phone call came through from the RSPCA, and we were so overjoyed that we found a pet store in Paris, and we just had to buy him something from Paris. We were so excited that we were going to be his parents. And we purchased a feeding mat with the Mona Lisa on one side and the Black Cat, or the Cat Noir, dancing club on the other, which is from the red light district of Moulin Rouge. Says it all, really, doesn't it? darling, your mum biting this from the red light district. I'll absolutely variety and pattern of life. So yeah, so that's when we found out. We were in a coffee shop, Sacre-Cœur, and we were just overjoyed that he was coming home to us. So that entire week I cleaned the house and made it perfect for him. And we adopted him on the Sunday of that week. And he's been with us ever since, and he's just an absolute joy. Which brings me to the subject of today. Not just mundane, but finding joy in the everyday life. You know, you get up this morning, you're probably feeling a bit, eh. Oh no, it's Tuesday. I hate Tuesdays. I hate any day with a Y in it. Not anymore, you're not. I'm going to give you the foolproof Gen X way to enjoy your day. Find the joy. Yes, there's a Y in that as well. Hello, Monty. It's just coming. Find the joy in the everyday, in the mundane. I'm having fun, even though I'm at the ironing board. Why? Because, amazingly, this truly relaxes me, right? I have had such a stressful job and such a stressful life that I actually actively went for a slower pace in life. Corporate ain't all that. Let me just say, it ain't all that. And wanting to get to the tippy top of everything, it's you're gonna end up burning yourself out. You know, there was a thing back in the 90s into the early 90s when I was a younger woman. Yes, and believe it or not, I was a young woman once. And it was the thing. It was like what you aimed for is to be able to have it all. The high-powered job, the big house, the 2 children, the lot, the works, and you were expected to just do it like that with a plum. Oh my goodness me. Do you know what you're heading for with that kind of lifestyle? A heart attack, stroke, suicide. Yeah. A mental breakdown. Yeah. Now tell me, is it worth it? Huh? Is it worth it? No. Find where you want to be. Right? If you want to be a mom, be a mom. If you want to be in corporate, be in corporate. But appreciate that even though you're a mom and you're in corporate, don't you cannot kid a kidder here. If you're going to do that, you're going to have help, right? And it comes in the form of daycare, childminder, a nanny. Wherever your pay grade is, that's the level of help that you're going to be able to afford. But do not kid yourself that you can do it all and you can do it on your own, right? Your husband is your team player on this. And even though he's out of work, he's got you backing him up. And if he's anything of a man, he'll be backing you whilst you're backing him. Remember that this is unbreakable, right? It's you and him, and the kids are in the middle, and you're holding on to each other and keeping everything going, right? So find joy with each other. Support each other. And if you want to have that big job, then you're going to have help. You cannot do it all by yourself. You will drop the ball on something and it will be painful. So appreciate that you can go out into work, you can have that job, but you have to have the support network around you in order for you to have that job. And that does sometimes mean you are not there to pick the kids up after school and that someone else is until you can get to them. Right? After a while, you might decide that you don't want to do corporate anymore and you might just want to do your own thing. It's up to you. But you need to find the joy in the everyday, in the mundane. Even when you put in the washing machine and you're making your bed. It's, you know, make an exercise routine out of it. Make a song out of it. But don't let it grind you down, is what I'm saying. Life's hard enough as it is. I work for myself. I'm what you would class as an entrepreneur. I always remember President Bush, George W., or was it his son? It was one of them. Hi, Monty. And basically, he turned around and said that the French had no word for entrepreneur. Okay, leader of the free world, master of the disaster, holder of the nuclear war button, the French have no word for entrepreneur. Yes, we have to smile at that, don't we, Monty? Very strange people. Very strange people. So, yeah, I'm an entrepreneur. I work for myself. I have been working for myself my entire life. I have worked all around the world. There isn't anything that I haven't seen or done. And in the end, there's no place like home. There's no place like Yorkshire. I love Yorkshire, where I'm from. God's own county. And I feel safe here. I'd like to think I've had some wonderful opportunities in this short time I've been on the planet, but nothing beats working for yourself. Yeah, like I said, I feel as though I've gone full circle when I've come home. I really do. And now my children are getting ready to go out into the big wide world. And as I've always said to them, it's wonderful, it's fantastic, and do all the things. But appreciate that in order to do all the things, sometimes you have to have help. Find yourself a good partner. Find yourself a partner that knows and gets you and understands you. Like my beloved husband. He's my joy. Yes, he does things that should say right, but that's fine. I'm sure I do loads of things that irritate him. But we still manage to have a laugh about it. At the moment, my beloved is searching the eternal quest for an air conditioning pump that will fit a 14-year-old car model. Kia. Yeah, it's a Kia Sportage. And it's 14 years old. And it's got no air conditioning. And it's a hot summer. So, he's doing the eternal quest. Yeah. Poor guy. He's he may or may not have found one this morning, but if he has, job done. Well done, darling. You've done an amazing job. You see, there we found joy. Joy in the mundane. Finding a part for the car. that we didn't know was missing until we tried to charge up the air conditioning unit. And the guy from Halifax turns around and said, "Excuse me, we haven't got one." We felt like such narmers. We did. We didn't even know that he was being nicked. I mean, who does that? Who steals a part? I tell you. We don't even actually know if it was stolen. It may have just been removed because the thing's seized. We don't know. Anyway, all we do know is we ain't got one and we need one. Everyday joy. Oh, the joy that we're going to feel when we find out we've got the part. Absolutely. The joy I get from Monty. He's a handful. He's a kitten. He's, like I said, he's got 2 speeds, fast and warp speed. And he is exhausting, but I love him. I think he's a breath of fresh air from a really rough year. That's another thing. You're all gonna have rough patches in life. Good grief. My patches have been so rough, my backside's been sandpapered with a felt sander. That's how rough it's been. Oh dear Lord. This year, from being sold a duff car to having it fixed, to selling it, to buying the Sportage that we have now, to finding it doesn't have an air conditioning unit, to losing Orky to an horrific cancer, to finding Monty. There's been ups and downs. The downs have been very down, and the ups have been very up. I mean, in between all of that going on, the boiler packed up. Yeah. And so we had to get that fixed this year. No hot water for a week. Boy, did we smell. If you couldn't find us, you'd locate us by the scent alone. Oh dear me. It was, that was a bit rough. Um, and then my tooth. Oh God, my teeth. I keep going on about my teeth, but it's a sign that I'm getting old. I'm going through the menopause. Ash. And it affects women in different ways. And for me, it's been the loss of teeth. It happens. But this year has been particularly rough because of the breakages that I've had and the fact that I wanted to get in with my dentist and well, let's just say they treat me absolutely appallingly. You know, I've been a customer of theirs for quite some time, and to find out that I broke it on the 8th of April, and then for them to turn around and say, "We can't see you until the 5th of June." I'm sorry, this is medical emergency. What do you mean you can't see me? I've blood pouring out my mouth, a smashed up tooth, and smashed around the jaw. No, they couldn't see me. So at that point, we went private. We're paying medical insurance. We're paying for dental insurance. Why not make use of the insurance that we're paying for? See, that is what I mean by help. I appreciate not everybody can. And for those that are struggling, I feel it for you. I truly do. Medical issues and broken teeth and broken bust jaws, it's not funny. It's awful. And you know, that was difficult to find the joy in that. The joy was finding someone that could help me. Yeah. So you see, found joy there. I do try to be a glass half full kind of girl because if I didn't, I think I'd snap. You know, it's been tough. You know, things are hard, and this year was an easy kind of tough. I've had it much worse than that. In 2016, the day after my birthday, the 8th of April, my husband had a massive heart attack. And I couldn't get to him because I was with the children. And I had to wait for our friend to finish work, and then I was able to contact him and explain what had happened. And I hadn't told the children. And I couldn't, obviously I couldn't get to be with my husband, so the gentleman that was at work with my husband stayed with him until I could get there. And I arranged for childcare for the children at the time. And they all thought we were going off for a romantic weekend with me turning 40 the day before. No, the most romantic part of that entire weekend was getting to LGI and finding my husband hooked up to a machine and monitoring his heart because he'd just had what do you call it? He'd had something inserted up his arm and round to the heart to remove the blockage that was causing the heart attack. And just to find him alive, so much joy. Oh, my poor husband. He was quite poorly man for some time. And you know what? To this day, he's still having to have medication morning and evening. And he'll be on it for the rest of his life. But isn't there joy in the fact that they managed to save him? Isn't there joy in the fact that there's medication that you can take to keep him alive? It was awful. Hashtag no stars, would not recommend. Yeah. I told him that because he couldn't handle being married to a 40-year-old woman. Bearing in mind, when he got me, I was a 23-year-old model. I'm not. The 40-something I have become now. I'm 48 at the moment. Yes. Soon to be 49 next year. So it's 8 years since my husband had his heart attack. And I thank the Lord every day that he's still here with us. It was a dark time. It was a rough place. It was the 8th of April. Ah, God. 2016. It burned into my brain. But you have to find the joy in every day. You really, really do. Because the world's a mess. I know it's a mess. I'm not glossing over the fact that the world's in a bad state. We're about to go into an election on Thursday. What will become of that is what will become of that. Nobody knows what's going to happen on Thursday. We're just going to have to wait and see. Find out Friday lunchtime, I suppose, when whoever is going to have an audience with King Charles, and King Charles is going to say, can you form a government? And whoever's there is going to say, yes, I can. So we'll just to wait and see what we come out with. They always say that you should never, ever discuss religion, politics, and money because they are vulgar. And actually, yes, they are. They are vulgar. But we still do it, don't we? I'm not trying to depress anyone anyway. The election will be what it is, and that's that. But try to find joy in the mundane. Really. Even doing this, the ironing. Aren't I lucky that I have electricity and a board and an iron and I'm able to wash the things? I'm grateful that we have clothes to wear and a way to keep them clean. Yeah. Like I said, it's a mess. It is. It's a terrible mess. The world is higgledy-piggledy. And I don't know some days how any of us get through it. And that's why you find happiness in little things. You know, happiness for me right now is knowing that my children are doing well, that my eldest is tucked up in bed upstairs. She's doing another night shift tonight. She's a children's nurse, and she's an amazing children's nurse. Love her, and they love her. She's really fitted in. So sweet. And my other child, she's thousands of miles away in South Korea, learning the language, studying zoology, understanding epidemiology, rain, the size of the planet. Both do. They're both very intelligent, beautiful girls, and they're having the time of their lives. They really, really are. And then being a young, upwardly mobile 20-something, I'd expect them to be having a good time. Yes, so mummy's at home. You know, I'm not just doing the ironing, I'm actually running my own business as well, you know. I just choose sometimes to be a bit of a Stepford wife. Yes, you probably think, Lila, she's Stepford wife. Feel as though I am sometimes. I take great joy in cleaning the house. I love doing the washing. I love doing the ironing. I love doing mundane tasks because it calms my mind. This is a form of therapy for me to be able to do these mundane things. To do this frees my mind up to be able to run my business. There is that gives me joy. Knowing that I am financially independent, being able to run my own business is wonderful. And being able to be here for my family is also wonderful. I've got the best of both worlds. My husband is an engineer. He works for an American company, actually. And they're very good to him. He's a quality control engineer. So if it's broken, he ensures that he organises engineers to fix it. And it doesn't go out without he says it goes out. And he does for the oil industry, the gas industry, water, electricity, chemical plants, to name but a few. And they do valves from all over the United Kingdom. And they have units all over the world. And it's wonderful. And he loves it. And they are such a good company. They really took care of him when he had his heart attack. Take the time off that you need, get yourself better. We want you to come back to work. He's a very good engineer. He's very knowledgeable. What he doesn't know about engines and valves, not worth not knowing. He's a good man. And that's where the girls get their brains from. I wouldn't say they get them from their mother. They get my sarcasm. What did they say sarcasm is? The highest form of wit and the lowest form of intelligence, or is it the other way around? I can never remember. It is funny though, I've got to say. They are good kids. They worked out early on that if they want to have a nice life and have good things and experiences, then they have to get educated. And in the form of being educated, it's given them options to get out there into the working world and be able to contribute to society. Because that's the goal, isn't it? You know, we want to have a good life. We want to have a decent life. Yeah. We want to be able to afford to do things. Well, the only way you can do that is if you get educated and get yourself a good job. And you didn't do that by manifestation, did you, kids? No. Back on to yesterday's subject. No, they realised that if they wanted it, they had to go out and work for it. And that's the biggest problem. People are not prepared to work sometimes. And if you don't work, then how can you find joy? Yeah. Because working gives you access to joy. It gives you access to happiness, security, being cared for, being able to have private medical insurance. That brings you joy when you're well, doesn't it? If you're poorly, it can be quite scary. I'm a big advocate for working hard and getting nice things out of life. Yeah, I truly am. But 2 seconds back. So have I got a pair of jeans. Yeah. Oh, I have to tell you my new favourite word. Oh, sent to me by one of my daughters. Yes, I had to smile. I thought this was hilarious.
The word of the day is pistified.
The word of the day is pistified,
Mystified.
where you are pissed off and mystified at the stupidity.
The word of the day is pistified.
Pistified.
When you're pissed
Off and mystified at the stupidity at the same time. Yes, pistified. The word of the day is pistified. We are mystified and pissed off at the same time at the level of stupidity that this person is projecting towards you. So remember that, people. Your new word of today is pistified. Yes. And you're going to try and get that into every conversation going forwards. I'm sorry. My daughter send me the funniest stuff. And they got their mother's sense of humour, that is for sure. My husband's quest for an air conditioning unit continued. The one he thought he'd found still won't fit. Hang in there, honey. I got your back. You're going to find it. And the day will be joyous when it arrives. We'll be sitting in the car. Oh, Oogie and Muggy. Yeah. We get to where we're going and we're a hot mess. That's not cool. That's what we want to be. We want to be cool. Not a hot mess. We are, aren't we? Going forward today, you are going to find joy in the everyday, in the mundane. You're going to think about what you're going to have for dinner tonight. And you're going to say to yourself, I'm going to set aside some time to be able to cook it. And that will bring me joy because then I won't be hungry. And it doesn't matter what it is. It could be your favourite. It could be spaghetti on toast. That's one of my favourites. It's a proper 1970s tea time favourite from my childhood. Spaghetti hoops on toast. Who doesn't love a bit of that? Oh, and do you know what I really love for afters? strawberry flavoured Angel Delight whip. Oh, am I screaming the 1970s? And we could always have fish finger butties. Oh, wouldn't that be proper kids? Oh, waffles. Yeah, waffles, man. Oh, now you're talking. That and oh, what's the other one that one of my favourite breakfasts? Tell the mummy about the honey. Yes, sugar puffs. Weren't sugar puffs awesome? That and frosties. But no wonder I've got no teeth. I've had that much processed sugar. Oh, here's another favourite for you. Binder's crispy pancakes, chicken and mushroom flavour. And they did a really nice melted cheddar cheese. And they did sausages and beans. That was one of theirs. And they did a beef one, didn't they? Yeah, minced beef. I mean, totally bad for you, What's the other one that my dad used to write enjoy? A Frey Bentos. Yeah. Steak and kidney pie by Frey Bentos. Oh, my dad used to love one of them. Probably still does. Oh, dear me. And what were the ice pops that we used to love when we were little? Fab. Oh, do you remember Fab ice pops? They were gorgeous, weren't they? That and Funny Feet and oh blimey, what was the other one that I really liked? A Feast. Yeah, a Feast one. With the chocolate blob in the middle and the ice cream on the outside and all the nutty bits. God, they were so delicious. Yeah. That and Mr. Freeze ice pops. And they were square all the way up, and the sides used to cut inside of your mouth, and you used to whinge it in then. And she used to have to like trim it, let it would slice into your gums. Oh dear Lord. It's a long time ago, but oh, happy, happy days, happy memories. Yeah. The 70s weren't all bad, were they? Who had a space opera? Oh man, I had a space opera in pink. I loved it. I had it for years and years. And do you know when I was in the early learning centre when the girls were really little and I saw that they'd got space operas in there, I was so excited. I bought them there and then and brought them home and the girls played on them for as long as we had them before they went off. And they'd had them from being little kids right up to when it's in junior school. Oh, swing ball, that was another thing that I bought the girls because I had one back in the day. Loved it. Happy, happy memories. Yeah. Loads of toys loads of toys are starting to make a bit of a resurgence, aren't they? What did we get into recently? We bought Colditz. Yeah, we bought Colditz recently for my husband. Well, I say recently, it was a few years ago. But there's nothing better on Boxing Day than we all get round the kitchen table and Colditz comes out and my husband's always the German, right? I'm always the British. And youngest is always the Americans. And the eldest, my eldest daughter, she's either Poland, she's either Polish or the Dutch. She's one or the other. And we will spend hours at the kitchen table playing Colditz. And sometimes my husband wins and sometimes he wins. It's a ton of fun playing Colditz. And what was the other game that we've been recently playing? Cluedo. We love Cluedo. We love Scrabble. Monopoly is a contentious game. If you want to set off World War Three in this family, play Monopoly, guaranteed every single time. Yeah, probably, probably a game that should be done over quite a lot of drinking. Then we're all so drunk we don't know what we bought and who sold what to who. Shh. Play a board game. There you go. Everyday joy. Thinking about all the food that you big pig. That brings you everyday joy, doesn't it? You know? Eventually, my husband finding the part for the car will be the most joyous moment of my entire week. It truly will. Monty has got over his fleas. He's feeling immense joy that he's no longer doing the itchy and scratchy show. he's an absolute love, is Monty. He's been through so much, and all he does is gives love. He's the most purry cat going. I've just this morning, found out he's a Norwegian. Yeah, a wedgie. We didn't know what breed he was, but somebody has helped me find out what he is, and he's a wedgie. Norwegian forest cat, it is the actual title. But I mean, imagine. Probably how we survived because they're used to dealing in very harsh conditions, and considering he was born around the 1st of December last year and how brutally cold winter was, being a wedgie probably helped save his life because they have double, or is it triple insulated fur, and their little floofy feet, they've got wedges of floof poking out, protecting the pads. So he's just like one ginormous walking floof machine. He is a floofy floof. And he has the most majestic tail. He's still got his baby fur on it. Call it his bum fluff. It's so sweet. He's such a cute little boy. And so Monty finds joy, doesn't he? Every day he wakes up, he's busy running around the house, finding something else to get into. More bother, more trouble. Do we care? No. Did he break things? Yes. Has he destroyed stuff? Can we replace it? Eventually, when he grows out of this destructive phase? Whenever that will be. Do we appreciate him being here? Oh God, yes. He helped heal broken hearts from losing Orca. It was as though Orky said, I've got to go. I don't want to go. I don't want to leave you, and I don't want you to be sad because I love you. And the cat distribution system decided this is a very broken-hearted family right now. They need someone to love them and for them to love back. And the cat distribution centre centres Monty. And oh, he's so sweet. He's such a cute little thing. He truly is. And we love him. And I'm sure he loves us just as much. In fact, I know he does because he follows me around all the time. He's busy running around in the office and he's just shut off upstairs again. So that's what he does. He's just a funny little bean. He truly is. And a joyous little bean. Really. I absolutely see. Love brings you joy, doesn't it? And knowing that I have a very close bond with my family, my girls, and my husband, and Monty is an absolute gem. It truly is. So that's how we find it, everyone. We look for the mundane and we find the joy in it. Because the world's a scary place. You know, we have despotic leaders all around the world threatening to nuke us if they got out the wrong side of the bed, Lord help us. You know, so we've got idiots like that that are trying to wipe us off the planet. Wars springing up left, right, and centre. Elections happening left, right, and centre. Feels like it anyway. Sometimes you just feel as though you don't want to adult anymore. That's it. Stop the world. I want to get off. I don't want to be an adult today. But I ain't like that. You'd have to just. Sometimes you just have to hit the ground running. You really, really do. And that's why it's important that you have a network of support around you. You know, if you're a full-time working mum, you've got to have support there in the form of somebody's got to help you out collecting the kids and taking them to and from school. Sometimes you might want to be a stay-at-home working mum, like I am. And, you know, not that bad. Working about 5 hours a day. It's helps my family and supports my family. And I'm also here to support my family by being able to do the cooking and the cleaning and the washing and the ironing. Isn't that fun? It's a normal ever. Actually, I really honestly don't mind it. I know for a lot of people I may come across as a little bit perspective, but if I get joy from cleaning and cooking and washing and ironing, then leave me be. It makes me happy. It gives my head room to be able to plan my next strategy for running of my business. You know what? Everything's got a little bit of give and take, a little bit of yin and yang. You know, that's how it should be. Supporting husband and a supporting wife, holding on to what's important, which are the children, and Monty, of course, or whatever. You may not have a Monty, you might have a Rupert, or a Rupee, or I don't know, a cheddar cat. Yeah, no matter what it is, find joy in it. And I'm going to finish off this cardigan. I think I'm going to go and get a cup of tea. And that will bring me eternal joy. Trust me. I don't actually have a lot of caffeine these days. So the tea that I'll be having is a decaffeinated one. But it's still nice to have a cup of tea, the flavour of tea, but without the caffeine in it. And it's, you know, it's quite nice. It's very relaxing. If I have too much caffeine, it gives me the shakes. And I found going through the menopause that too much caffeine can really upset my balance inside. It can make me feel very anxious and very panicky, which is not that's not a nice feeling. That can be quite a distressing feeling, really. Feeling anxious and panicky, and that can be caused by too much caffeine. Yeah, or too much sugar in your diet. Yeah, you can. It's not good for you to have too much sugar. It can make you feel really jittery, and it can throw your sleep pattern off as well. Because one of the other things that I get an awful lot of is I'm starting to have insomnia, and that's caused by the menopause as well. It really does mess with your hormones, and I've got to say I've had a bit of a rough time so far. The hot sweats, they're awful. I'm aching joints, and obviously, oh, there's only a few more. I can continue. And if aching joints in my teeth, oh, so honestly say, I said that feel as though I've been sandpapered with a belt sander across my backside. Yeah, yeah, I really do. It can. It's quite the experience. It truly is. Quite a painful experience. Going through the menopause. I'll be fine when I get through it and I get to the other side, but don't think it's going to be one of those things that you can do in a year. It isn't. I've been going through certain areas of it. Perimenopause started in, I would say, when I was about 35, 36. I got such an itchy nose today. Oh, itchy. It's all the heat from this. Yeah, I would say about 35 I started with the perimenopause, and I sort of like finished with the perimenopause when I got to about 45. So I had about 10 years of the perimenopause, and then I've started really going full on into the menopause where my periods have been stop start, and I'll go 3 or 4 months and I won't have one, and then I'll have three, and then I probably won't have another one for another 4, maybe 5 months, and that chopping around and that changing and the dropping of your progesterone and your estrogen. And of course it's going to be playing havoc with your hormones and just helping yourself out by not having too much caffeine and not having too much sugar. It sort of eases your menopause, if you like, and I'm not taking anything for it either. I'm not having any creams or tablets or patches, HRT, anything like that. I'm just doing it naturally as God intended. I mean, if it gets to the point where I can't continue and the aches and pains and everything just gets too much, then I'll probably consider HRT. But up until that point, I'm going to try and tough it out. There's a Gen X thing for you. God, we're tough. Oh, do you like this? My husband got it for Father's Day. I've got dad skills. Yes, he does. He's funny. He is. It's hilarious. So yeah, I'm gonna really Gen X it now. I'm from the generation that you got on with it, and I'm gonna try and get on with it, to the best of my ability until the point where I am waving a white flag and I'm saying, Uncle, Uncle, I can't do this anymore. And until that point happens, we're going to go into battle. Yeah, with our hot flushes, with ice packs. Absolutely, and cold gin. W.C. Fields. Yes, I've learned to appreciate gin the W.C. Fields way. And so should you. Not advocating self-medication, by the way, through the form of alcohol. There are times when you get to the end of the week and you are so frazzled. Sometimes a quick G&T and a sit down in the back garden, well, assuming it's not raining, and being able to just unwind. Oh, I don't actually have a lot of alcohol because, again, it messes with my hormones and it can be more of a hindrance than a help going through the menopause. As many women will attest, I'm sure. I'm that woman across the room that is very red in the face. That something's really upset her after having a hot flush. We can't ever be sure which one. If she's not chasing you with a bread knife, chances are she's not upset and she's just having a hot flush. But are you prepared to take that chance? I don't know. Yeah, I think we've got 2 more items in the bag, and then that, my darlings, will be it for the day. And I will then get on working. I will. Although, not that I'm not working right now. The washing machine will probably come to its end, and my daughter's uniform will have washed. Then I'll be able to pop that in the dryer and get that ironed for her at some point later on today. So she has it for tonight. Because infection protection control, that's another thing that she's very keen on. She will not wear her uniform travelling to work, and she will not wear her uniform travelling home. She packs it in a bag, she takes it with her, she changes at work, she wears it at work, and then it goes back in the wash bag to come home to me. That way then she's not transporting stuff onto the ward, and she's not taking stuff off the ward. It's I wish I could see more nurses do that. I appreciate that they're probably very busy, but please don't be too busy to not transport germs onto the ward and off the ward by generally making sure you don't wear your uniform anywhere but on the ward. You know? Just makes sense. That's something else that seems sometimes to be missing. Yes, sadly missing. It's common sense. How hard can it be to engage brain before opening mouth? I don't know. But it sure beats me. Sometimes. Think long and hard before you say things. Is it necessary? Is it true? Is it kind? Don't say things because you want to get a rise out of people, because everybody ends up being pissy then, don't they? They all end up getting a fallout and an argument. And then we're supposed to be finding joy, not sadness. Be kind because you don't know what someone else is going through. They may have had the belt sanding on the backside of belt sanding, right? Today may be not their day. Tomorrow doesn't look that good either. So be kind. Be nice to people. Treat people how you would want to be treated yourself. Yeah, that's a good one, isn't it? Be kind at all times. If you see an animal in distress, don't leave them suffering. Help the poor little things. Don't be cruel to animals, right? They're little sentient beings, and they look at you with so much love in their eyes. And they really do just want to be with you. They want to be happy. They want to skip around and have fun and eat whiskers, because that's Monty's favourite. He also likes pills science, but that was very much kitten food, very soft, a little teeth. And oh, he had such teeny tiny little teeth. The teeny tiny little body. Now look at him. Massive. But I think that's the whiskers. Oh, and he loves Iams biscuits. Chicken flavour and ocean fish flavour are his favourites. Oh, Dreamies. Don't get me on about Dreamies. Oh, what cat doesn't like Dreamies? But he's really quite partial to the yogurt sticks. He loves those. Yeah, like it's like a whipped mousse. And oh yeah, man. He opened up one of those, he sat down on the ground in front of me going, I've been such a good boy. Yes, please. So that's always nice to give him a treat, isn't it? Yeah. We should all have things that we enjoy. And thus brings us to the end. I've almost finished. I've got eternal joy right now that I haven't got anything else in that bag that needs sorting. I think I've got one jumpsuit left and maybe a pair of trousers. And then I'm done until the uniform for my eldest is sorted. Yeah. Oh, she's such a sweet kid. Truly is. I am going to fold these now, my darlings. I'm going to leave you with finding joy, finding happiness in the mundane and the everyday. I hope you do find it. And until tomorrow, and I'll find something else to chat about, I'm sure I will. Take care, my darlings. Bye-bye.